Remove the lid. With a Phillips head screwdriver, remove the 4 screws securing the name rail to the base. Unplug the RCA connector from the harp. Position the rail somewhere that's more comfortable for you to work. To remove the control knobs, loosen the set screws with a small flathead screwdriver and pull the knobs off. Use a 1/2-inch nut driver to remove the nuts securing the passive electronics to the rail. Pull the electronics out to the rear and set aside for safekeeping or disposal. To remove the old faceplate, we recommend using some acetone to help break the glue's bond. A scraper, putty knife, or similar tool can help make it easy to pry the faceplate from the rail. If you so desire, now would be a good time to clean your rail. Windex, a scrub brush, and some classic elbow grease make quick work of it. Wipe away the grime with paper towels. To install the new faceplate, remove the backing adhesive. Carefully line the plate up with the corresponding holes in the rail. An excellent method is to dry fit the stereo vibe into the rail, using it as a mounting guide to slide the faceplate onto. Press down and smooth across the entire plate to assure proper adhesion. Once the faceplate has been installed, remove the protective film. Remove the Stereo Vibes mounting hardware. Slide the unit into the rail and secure it with the mounting hardware. Be sure to hold the effects loop jacks in place while tightening the nuts. This will stop the jacks from shifting and prevent possible damage to the wiring. To allow for easier installation of the control knobs, be sure that all pot shafts are turned fully counterclockwise. Position the volume knob so that the indicator dot is at the bottom left, and push it onto the shaft. Position the tone control's outer knob so that the indicator dot is at the bottom left, and push it onto the shaft. Simply push the inner knob into place. Repeat these steps for the vibrato control. Position the name rail back in place and re-secure it with the 4 screws removed earlier. Plug the Stereo Vibes RCA connector into the harp. Neatly tuck the Molex connector away. Reinstall the lid. Your piano can now be interfaced with a Peterson-style suitcase cabinet. To run the preamp without the suitcase, check out the power supply options on our website. Remove the lid. Carefully lay the piano on its backside. You will need to remove a number of screws in order to free the keybed from the base. If the screw heads are filled with rust or gunk, use a utility knife to clean them out. Do this carefully to prevent injury. Return the piano to its upright position. Now we'll remove the last screws securing the keybed to the base. Once all the necessary screws have been taken out, the key bed will be free to move. Lift the key bed and move it forward so that it rests on the front of the base. Remove the 4 name rail mounting screws and unplug the RCA cable from the harp. Set the rail aside. Unscrew the cheek block mounting screws. Remove the stock cheek block. Before installing the cheek block power supply, make sure that the wires are pushed to the corner. This will prevent any damage to them during installation. Slide the new cheek block into place and install the mounting screws removed earlier. Reinstall the name rail. Plug the Stereo Vibes RCA connector into the harp. Carefully slide the key bed back into place. Install the front retaining screws. Set the piano on its backside and install all the remaining screws removed earlier. If you're installing a cheek block power supply outfitted with a Molex connector, plug the Stereo Vibe connector into the cheek block and neatly tuck the wires away. This completes your installation. This is the DC jack for plugging in the supplied wall wart. This is the left channel output jack and the right channel output jack. 4-pin DIN socket for interfacing with vintage Peterson preamps. This is the DC jack for plugging in the supplied wall wart. This is the left channel output jack and the right channel output jack. Thanks for watching. For additional information or to see our extensive line of vintage electric piano parts and accessories, visit us at vintagevibe.com.